Hi, this is Zuri, and today I'm going to be reacting to some of the comments about things that are being said in regards to Prince Harry, and his wife, the Duchess of Sussex, Meghan Markle. I'm just going to get into that, maybe a little bit into the interview, but I just have some notes that I have been waiting to use. So I'm going to start right now. I made a little slideshow. It's some really goofy, immature filters that I use of pictures of Harry and his family, some of his family, and just a little fun. So it's not too serious and not too boring. So hopefully this works. Let's get started. There's so much to talk about in regards to this, and I know people have fatigue about it, and I'm starting to get a little fatigued about it, but I have to say something because I feel like I'm the kind of person that always roots for. Oh, excuse me for the noise in the back. That's my cat watching a video of some birds. So if you hear that, my apologies. And also, I am in my bed right now, so you might hear a little bit of noise in the background. It's nothing weird. It's just my bed moving and my comforter. This is just relaxing right now for me. So sorry. So yeah, it's just so much to unpack. I don't even know where to get started on this because there's just so much. It's just I feel like I have to defend them because I don't like to see people get attacked and I don't like to see people kicked when they're down. I like to root for the underdog. Unless the underdog is like Jeffrey Dahmer or someone like that. But I like to, or Brian Koberger. I like to play the devil's advocate. And I don't know if I'm really on anyone's side. I'm on the side of the truth and on the side of people being treated right and not seeing people treated unfair. So it's really simple. We're going to start out. I'm just going to start out by reading my notes that I have. We're going to start out with people calling Meghan Markle a gold digger. Why are people saying the same thing about Kate, Catherine Middleton? No one is saying that she's a gold digger and she went after a man with money as well. It's not like Prince William is broke. And it seems like she kind of went after him, went to the same school as him, and did all this and that. Did she have a picture of him? I don't know if that was a rumor that I read somewhere that she had a picture of him on her wall growing up. So it seemed like she had her sights set on him a lot. And no one's saying anything about that. It's fine. It's okay. And Meghan Markle is for someone that might be like, oh, Kate Middleton comes from money. Well, Meghan Markle didn't exactly grow up poor, like you all are saying. So don't try to backtrack now. Okay? Oh, there's so much stuff. And this might be all over the place because I don't have time to organize this. But a lot of people are even saying that Meghan Markle has faked her pregnancy, which I want to talk about. That seems pretty insane to me that people are saying that. All women carry different. When I was pregnant, I don't know if this is the thing with older women, but I was in my 30s when I got pregnant. The baby never dropped. All babies don't drop. And I did the bouncy ball and all of that, and he never dropped. So my stomach was sitting up pretty high, too. All women carry babies differently. There is no one way that people carry. And Meghan Markle was already extremely thin when she got pregnant. So, of course, her stomach is going to look pretty big. It's just really insane to me how people are on a witch hunt after this woman and her husband. I almost feel like Harry made this book and did some of this stuff to take the heat off of her. And not only that, I feel like he did this to be able to afford security for his family, which he now has to pay for on his own, even though the royal family has a hand in Meghan Markle needing security because they allowed the tabloids to publish all these crazy things about her that made people hate her. I mean, people are already racist and crazy about that anyway. And then you throw that in a mix, it does make a difference. There are people out there that still, and you might, if you're a white person or someone else that's not a person of color, well, I guess that the opposite would be a person of color, right? But if you're white, you won't understand racism because you probably don't experience it in the same way that a person of color does. So You can't say it doesn't exist if you don't go through it. Another thing people are being hypocritical about is they're telling Harry, oh, Harry, don't say anything. You need to keep the family secrets. Keep it in the family. Don't say anything. Just be quiet about everything. But at the same time, they're applauding Samantha Markle and Thomas Markle for talking to the press. Like, how hypocritical is that? It's like you got to be fucking kidding me. It's okay for them to go out and make a documentary, do everything, but as soon as Meghan does it or Harry does it, it's like, no, you can't say anything. And I guess people are like, oh, it's the royal family. What makes them more special than other people? Is because their family had slaves a long time ago, and they got rich from that, from having slaves. I mean, racist history, mind you. So the family does have a racist history. They had slaves. They have racist artwork in the palaces. And so the whatever it's called, the Bookmore Brooch, I can't remember that. I forgot the woman's name, and I don't really care. She wore when to some event with Meghan Markle some racist brooch. Yeah, that's another example of it. You know, it just. What if I walked around with a caveman with a crown on? Would that be okay? Would that be? Is that fine with you? The the racism towards gingers is crazy. And a lot of you like, oh, she's gonna use him. Bald. Harry is good looking to me. I think he looks better than his bald headed brother. I know he's on his way to being bald too, but I'm just saying. William used to be the better looking one, and Harry used to be the funny looking one. But then it changed when he got older. Harry has had a really nice glow up. He did look really weird, but especially now since he's in the United States and California, he looks like his skin is glowing. He's looking good. He looks nice and relaxed and tanned. And I don't know why white people have to be racist towards gingers. That's just crazy to me. It just people like, oh, he's a ginger, he's a redhead. Women of color, the ones that I know, like redheaded men. So I don't know what to say about that, but that's just crazy. That just shows how racist some of you people are. You're even racist towards people in your own race that don't look like what you think is the idea of beauty or the beauty standards. The ophidius. I can't say ophidius. Op- Ophidius complex. I'm probably saying it wrong. It's where you want to mess around with your mother or something like that. Him comparing his wife to Diana. If he really wanted to be with someone like his mother, why would he pick a woman of color that doesn't look anything like his mother at all? Absolutely nothing. No similar background, nothing. In fact, William picked a woman that looked more like his mother than anything. She's the one walking around with Diana's stuff on all the time, but nobody says anything about that. Yes, Kate looks more like Diana than Meghan does. Let's get to people saying Meghan was hiding her race. You know what? If I could have an easier life, like a white person, that don't have to go through being discriminated against, and I could pass for white, I would do it. It's not new. This has been happening in the United States for freaking decades. People, ever since slavery, people of color have been passing for white. It's like, duh. Like, if you can get a better life and be able to have more opportunity and do all of that, then you're probably going to do it. Especially if you don't even look like the race that you say you are or that you're supposed to be. You're going to, if whatever you look like, that's what you're probably going to claim. And her saying that she wasn't treated that way, then that's reality. She wasn't treated that way. Even in the black community, people always talk about how different there's privileges for people with lighter skin. Well, if that's true, then what Megan is saying then probably is true. Then she probably doesn't have to go through the same treatment and the same racism and getting followed around stores and things like that, and getting kicked out of Starbucks because your name isn't what they think it's going to be. Your name is like Becky or something. They think your name is Shaniqua, and you're stealing some white girl's coffee. Yeah, true story. Yeah, then you are going to just pass for that when you're whatever the situation is. You can't understand what somebody's going through until you're in their shoes. So, what I got to say about that? Harry was a veteran, and what he said about how many people he killed, that was really ignorant. But I think a part of why he did that was honestly to sell more books, to get people to talk about him. He obviously knows how to play the publicity game because in entertainment, which he is in now, they say that bad publicity is better than no publicity, and it got a lot of people talking. Everyone was talking about it, so it keeps his name in the news, which will help him to sell more books, which will help him to have the lifestyle that he's accustomed to. He's been living in palaces and castles his entire life. You think he's gonna go to living in a small house, and they need the security because of how who they are. He's not gonna be able to just go to a regular house. Even if a person is married for a long time to someone with a lot of money, they have to pay for their lifestyle because of the life that they've got accustomed to living. Even a judge won't even allow them to go back to that. So the fact that you guys think that he's just gonna go back and move into projects or something, or not even just move into a tiny house or whatever you think he's gonna move into, it's not gonna happen. That's not what he's accustomed to. And people saying that he's complaining and he's got all these things growing up. That's not all a person needs growing up. Money is not the only thing you need to have. If that was true, then why do people with money commit suicide? There's other things that you need. Money doesn't buy you happiness. You need love. You need affection. You need attention. You need to feel secure and safe. Look at the Maslow pyramid of needs. And at the top of the pyramid, you do not see, oh, have a lot of money, live in a palace, and have everything, handed to you, and have servants and blah, blah. No, that doesn't mean anything. And the fact that you're saying it, because he's a royal, you think he's like some kind of superhuman, that the things that apply, the basic psychology that applies to everyone else in life and what we need and how we feel and how we're treated as children by our parents. Oh, it doesn't apply to him because he's in a royal family. He should know better. You think that gives us type of shield or protection from having feelings of jealousy towards his brother, having feelings of being treated differently. And what he might feel is unfair treatment. Oh, he's not supposed to feel that way because he's a royal. He's supposed to be like uh, um one of those knights in shining armor, I suppose, or a knight in armor. He's not supposed to feel anything and take any attacks and just be, if someone was like that, then you would be actually a sociopath, I think. If you don't have any type of feelings, if you don't feel bad or feel sad, that's weird. That's unusual. One of the thing in an interview Harry talked about was when his mom passed away, how he cried one time and he wasn't able to cry. I can relate to that because I remember my mom passed away, the same thing happened to me. And it was actually helpful and to me to hear that because I didn't know that other people went through that and felt that way. Like reading through comments and seeing other people went through the same thing. It was years before I cried again. And I thought something was wrong with me because I couldn't cry. And then one day I couldn't stop crying. It's just like it was all bent up and it all came out. And I lost my mom when I was 15 years old. So I know what it's like to lose your parent at a really young, your mom at a young age. And going through that, the grieving process and all of that. So I can relate to that. And that's one of the benefits about him sharing that is it helps other people to realize, hey, there's nothing wrong with me. This is just a part. Anybody that is going through that right now or has been through that can probably relate to that and say, okay, and look at the comments and come together and maybe even try to seek therapy. This guy, he served for the country. Like I said, it wasn't right for him to talk about how many Taliban that was crazy. I don't know why he did that. But yeah, I guess to sell books to who knows. But he is a veteran. People always talk about respect the veterans and all of this, especially in America. Oh, respect the veteran. They were so angry about Brittany Griner coming on, but the Marines stay there. But now you have a veteran, a war vet, and everybody's talking about him. And now they're all on the Taliban side. And they're like, oh, the poor Taliban children have to grow up without parents. How many soldiers did the Taliban kill? How many people did the Taliban kill? I wonder how many women did they assault and all the other things that they done. They must be really effing horrible if people are trying to get on the plane to leave while it's moving. They don't sound like a really great group of people. Let's go on. And everybody's saying how Harry has changed. Of course, he's probably changed. He's 38 years old. Do you think you're supposed to stay the same way your whole life? You're supposed to grow. You're supposed to change. I am not the same person I was when I was in my 20s. And just like Harry said in one of his interviews, he's happy because he was on drugs and this and that. I completely can relate to that because when I was in my 20s, all I did was drink. Like all the time. When I was in high school, I used to drink. Like, I would go to school drinking in high school. So I understand what he's saying about that growing. And now he's married. Marriage is not like some fairy tale. It's real life. And all of you in marriages, do you think you walk around just happy all the damn time and happy? No, you have challenges. Being with someone is a challenge. Having children is a challenge. Having young children is a challenge. No matter if you have nannies and all of that, you still are a parent. You still worry about your children. You still go through struggles no matter what you have in life. A person that's rich is going to have struggles. A person that's poor is going to have struggles. No matter what, you have struggles. There's nobody in this world that exists that doesn't suffer, that doesn't go through pain. And it's unfair to say that, oh, because someone has money that they don't have pain and they don't suffer. Money can't help some people when they're sick. It didn't help Steve Jobs when he was sick and had cancer, and he was one of the richest people in the world. It couldn't save him. It couldn't save Harry's mom when she was in that car crash having money and having notoriety. You never know. And even with Paris Hilton, she said that she went to some boarding school or something like that, and she was like treated. I don't know if she was assaulted, but she went through some really mistreatment there. I don't know the details of it because I never really watched the interview, but I know she was treated bad there and said that it was a really traumatizing experience for her. There was a last year, I believe, son of a billionaire that his wife fell off of a yacht, and he went after her, jumped in the water after her to save her, and he ended up passing away because he like went into the I forgot what it's called, the rudder or whatever the thing is. I don't know much about boats, but he went in there and it like cut him up pretty much, and he was gone. His father is Billy. He can't do anything to bring his son back, no matter how much money he has. I mean, cloning might be a thing in the future. It's probably going on now in a down low. But even if you could clone someone, you're probably not going to be the exact same person, I don't think. And it might be kind of weird. It might be like Pet Cemetery where you clone the person and then they are like crazy and they try to kill you in your sleep or something. Who knows? Just trying to keep things a little light so that it's not completely serious. But let's keep going. Let us keep going. Okay. Oh, and another thing why why he probably isn't happy. He lost his grandparents last year. Or he lost one last year. Did they both die last year? Or did one die the year before? He lost them in a fairly close time with each other. It was a fairly short amount of time that they both passed away, which I can relate to because my grandparents did that. They said that's dying of a broken heart when they die close to each other. And there might be some truth to that. But I don't. He probably misses them. He probably misses his family. He's in a whole nother place now, far away. And it might be fun and great, but I'm sure he misses the family. Even if you don't have a great relationship with your family, which I don't either. I grew up in a family full of narcissists and drug addicts and alcoholics. So there's a lot of stuff going on. But I do miss them sometimes. Even though they annoy me and they mistreat, they've done stuff, you still miss them. That's your family. That's who you grew up with. So it's natural. And he probably feels sad about that, and he's not going to walk around being happy all the time. And nobody walks around happy all the time. And he's probably is going through withdrawals from not doing drugs. Maybe he was happy all the time because he was high. You ever think about that? You know, being high does make you feel happy momentarily. People always talking about him wiping his nose. He's an ex coke addict. He probably is wiping his nose because people that do those drugs, sniffing up for a long time, do wipe their nose a lot because it's something that they do. So because sometimes this stuff comes out their nose, from what I've heard, or their nose might be bleeding. So maybe that's why he's doing it, or maybe it could be a nervous habit. People have nervous habits. I pick in my nails a lot, and I think people look at me like I'm on drugs because of that. Well, I am on prescription drugs, but they probably think I'm on like illegal drugs because I pick my skin a lot and I do all the things. Can't sit still, ADHD, fidget a lot, and yeah. So some people have tics, and you don't know. Maybe he does have ADHD. I don't know what he has, but he does have a lot of the symptoms of I don't know what I say, symptoms or characteristics. Okay, here's the big one. Everybody's like, if he wanted privacy, then why is he doing the prayer? Why didn't the me? I think that they didn't word that right. I don't think that it wasn't completely. I mean, he's married to a freaking actress. Okay, so of course she likes being in the limelight. Duh. And he's from the royal family, and he's used to being in the spotlight. So that's something that they're both used to. They didn't want the British tabloids in their business. They didn't want to be. They didn't want their family leaking stories to the press. That's what they mean by privacy, you dumb fucks. Sorry, but I have to go there. Because people keep saying the same fucking thing over and over again. They want privacy. They want privacy. They wanted privacy from the family leaking the stories to the press. They wanted privacy from the paparazzi. They didn't want the children all over the tabloids, which you'd never see pictures of their children anywhere. I don't see Meghan and Harry in the tabloids. And I read TMZ just about every day, and I never see them talking to photographers. I don't see them I don't see them if I go to the store. I don't see them pictures of paparazzi photos of them. I think that's a part of what they meant by privacy. And it seems like they have that because, like I said, we don't see them. We haven't seen pictures of their children. Some people are saying that they're not her children. The people that said she faked the pregnancy, that she's borrowing someone's children because you hardly see pictures of them. Even though the little girl looks a lot like Harry, which is, insane that people would say that that's not their children. And the boy, well, you can't really tell when they're little, but I think that he might look more like Meghan, Archie. But when they get older, then you'll really see what they look like. Because kids' looks change. With my son, he looked like me one minute, he looked like his father, then he looked like his grandmother. So it just changes with children there. And then when they get older, then, I think in their teenage years, then they finally have the face that they're going to have pretty much for, the looks for the rest of their life. You're going to know what they look like. So that's always changing. Her kids look, people are saying her kids aren't hers because of how white they are. It's because she is probably more white than black, considering that she has a mother that's African American. Most African Americans are mixed with either Native American or Caucasian or both. Even myself, I took a DNA test and found out that I was mixed, and I had no idea that I had that much European blood in me. So if I'm 25% European and I have a child with somebody that's 100% European, that kid is probably going to come out looking like Meghan Markle. Is going to come out looking more white than black because it's going to have more European DNA and genetics than African. Now, Meghan Markle did say that she was 43% Nigerian, and I don't know if I believe that because I'm like 33% Nigerian, and I think I look more Nigerian than she looks. Let's just say that. I really doubt if she's that. I don't know. That just seems weird, and I don't believe that, to be honest with you. Because I feel like if she was that Nigerian, she was 40% Nigerian, 43%, she would have probably shared the DNA test results with everyone and showed them off. Like, look, you got, just to prove to people. Like, look, I am. But I just don't know. That just sounds crazy. Hopefully she's not lying because that would be crazy as hell. There are some suspect things that she said. I can like be rational, like some of you people that are just completely irrational, and you have your head so far up Kate Middleton's ass and Prince William's ass that you can't see anything. You can't see any of their flaws, what they're doing wrong. No, that's not like me. I can show the flaws, and I can point them out, and I can have some fairness. I guess I'm not completely on any. I'm on the side of the truth, and that seemed like she was lying at that point, which I guess is why people doesn't believe anything she says because of little lies like that. But I believe that she's probably more white than she is black, just by looking at her. Going on down the line. So yeah, Harry is angry with his family, and I don't blame him. His family has been leaking stories to the press for years. That shit would piss me off too if people were leaking. If my family gossips about me to another person, that pisses me off. So I can imagine them leaking stories to the press. And everyone's, oh, he should be private. His family isn't being private. They're going to leaking stories to the press. Is that what you're saying that he should do? Just be sneaky about it and go, okay, I'm going to be on the down low and leak the stories. No, he's actually being smart because he's getting paid for this, which I'm not mad at him. He's getting that money. And, generational wealth is amazing. So he can pass that down to his children. And that's great. And most of you would probably sell your families out for a lot less than $100 million. So you can get the F out of here with that shit. Yeah, I would be mad at my family too, especially the way they treated his wife from what he's saying. I think he knows his family more than you fucking strangers do. I don't know what I meant by other kids. What happened? What other kids am I talking about? Yeah, I think this shit is a distractions from Kate and William because there was some thing where they were saying William was like having an affair with one of Kate's friends that she stopped talking to, and that kind of disappeared from the news. And they were saying, I don't know, this is some rumor that he wanted to be pegged by a woman. But that's when a woman puts a strap on and goes to town. So I don't know if that's true, but the tabloids don't talk about it. And I understand because he's supposed to be the king and his wife is supposed to be the queen, so they're going to give them favorable news. But I wouldn't want to be someone's scapegoat. And that's what they wanted Meghan to be. They wanted her to be the sacrifice, just like they sacrificed Diana. They wanted to sacrifice Meghan. And they were going to sacrifice Meghan and the children. And you know what? I think Harry knew that. That's why Harry got the hell out of there. It wasn't completely for the privacy, for the this and that. He knew the people, there's some evil shit going down. And it may not be the David Icke reptilian. Maybe he's kind of crazy and that whole thing is crazy. But there is some evil forces in this world. The devil, I believe in the evil, the devil, Satan, whatever you want to call it. I believe in it. I believe in the elite. I believe in all of it. And I believe that sacrifices are made so that people can have certain things. I think this is something that's been going on for a long time. And they were definitely going to do that. They were setting it up so that Meghan would start to be hounded by the tabloids, like Diana was. And they were definitely doing it online. I don't know if laws changed since then, probably because of what happened with Diana. So they couldn't hound her in the same way publicly in person that they could on the internet. I'm moving on to the... Oh, Thomas Markle. Is Thomas Markle have a wife? If it was a woman going around doing it, people are like, why is she single? Why is he single? Does he have anybody? I don't know. I don't really look that much into him. But I think in some ways, Meghan should probably forgive him for what he did just because her father is old and he might be losing his mind. That's what happens to people when they get old. He's almost 80. And I think that love is unconditional. Once you love someone, you always love them. It's not like, oh, I'll stop loving you if you do this or that. I don't think that's right, but I also think he should shut the hell up. Somebody needs to stop him from doing that, and it's definitely not going to help. Just the same with Harry. It's the same thing with family going around betraying family to go to, for whatever reasons, going to the press, airing dirty laundry. People are calling Meghan Markle racist. How the fuck can you be racist when you're half white? Actually, three-quarters white, which is what I believe. How? Fuck it. Can somebody tell me that? I just think that's bullshit. I think if you have a white mother or father, you can say, you can criticize the both races that you are, or if you're mixed race, that is not racist because that's a part of who you are. It'd be different if she didn't acknowledge that she was half white and she was going around saying, "Oh, that's not my real father. I'm completely black." That's different. And if she put white on her driver, who gives a fuck? Men are going around saying that they're fucking women, for crying out loud, and vice versa. Nobody's saying shit. Well, people are saying shit about that, but some of you aren't. So get the hell out of here. Like, seriously. Some of you people are just so fucking crazy. You bunch of angry ass, miserable fucking haters. You really need to get a fucking life instead of sitting around hating somebody that you don't even know. It's just crazy. And calling everybody racist. Some of you people, white people, play the race card more than black people. How the fuck is she racist? Now, she could be prejudiced against, you know, the white side, maybe. But then why would she claim to be white, you dumb fucks? And have all white, mostly white friends, from what we've seen. You're trying to distract from the fact that the royal family is probably the real racist ones. They have a racist history. They used to own fucking slaves. What's more fucking racist than that? I'm getting pissed the fuck off. I'm not even going to try to censor myself anymore. And Harry said that his family or his mother dating outside of her race was an issue for some people. I don't know if his family or the tabloids or what, but he did say that in the documentary. And I think he knows his family better. If I ever got famous and people were going around saying that they knew my family, it'd be like crazy to me. You don't know his fucking family. That's his family that he's been around his entire life. I think he knows them more than you. You're just watching on the outside. You have no idea what the fuck is going on behind closed doors. It's called putting up a front. Oh, and I don't know if a lot of people know this, but people talking about Harry being a drug addict. Thomas Markle was actually a drug addict as well, and that's actually part of the reason why his marriage didn't work out, because he was on drugs. So I'm just gonna put that out there. Maybe that's why Meghan likes him, because he reminds her of her father. Who knows? And let's talk about Meghan's family a little bit. Samantha Markle. This again bad bitch. Sorry, forgive me for the other handicapped people. She said she called. I know that's fucked up. She said she called Meghan Markle's mother the maid. Like, what the fuck? Like, that's not racist. I refer to her as the maid, and she's bragging about this on like Fox News. Yeah, I could see why Meghan didn't want to have shit to do with you. I wouldn't want to have shit to do with you either, crazy bitch. And you abandoned your own child that you couldn't take care of or didn't take care of. I've seen people with issues keep their children, not abandon them, so, or with physical issues. But you know what? I'm not gonna be there. I'm just saying, nobody's saying shit about that. Everybody's like, oh, let's take this woman's. She didn't even keep her own children. Come on. I think I might have talked about some of this shit already. A funny thing is, when somebody is mixed, like Sean King, and they claim to be black, then people are like, no, he's white, he's white. But if somebody's mixed and they claim to be, if they claim to be white, like people are saying Meghan was doing, they're like, oh no, she's ashamed to be black. Like, what the fuck? People can't make up your mind. And I saw clips from Suits, and they did mention on the show that she was biracial on the show. Her agent mentioned that she was biracial in the Netflix special. So I don't think it was something that she was hiding completely. And also, she did curtsy on Suits. So it was really weird that she told that story where she didn't know how to curtsy. I just think she thought she was being funny, and she's not that funny. She should, some people have a good sense of humor, and some of them don't. Some people just are good looking, and she's one of those people. Is good looking, smart, but I don't think she's that funny. And she's just stick to, I hate this sound type, but like just stick to what you're good at, what you know. Don't try to be funny. Don't try to crack jokes. That was kind of, at first I didn't see nothing wrong, but now I've learned more about the culture of United Kingdom, and I do see that it's being kind of cringy. Especially when she already know how to curtsy. That was bullshit. People saying that Meghan Markle was fake. She's from fucking LA. Well, they say that that is the La La Land, the land of fake people. Maybe that's why she's fucking fake. Because she's from Los Angeles. Diana threw herself down the stairs with William. Like, what the fuck is that? Like, everything was not all the way there with her either. Everybody trying to make her look like she was some angel and a saint. No, she didn't even want to have the damn baby. I could never imagine doing that. Was Diana a gold digger? Because I don't think Dodi Fayed was poor. People are putting down Megan looks. The most ugliest fucking piggy face looking bitches are trying to call Megan ugly. You fucking jealous ass women. Seriously, you gotta be kidding me. Ugly. Look in the fucking mirror before you try to call somebody ugly. Seriously, because some of you, I don't even know how you look in the mirror every damn day. I would be covering it up if I looked like you. No wonder why you're so insecure. You have to hate on someone that's better looking than you. The wedding drama, I just read a little clip about that. And it sounded like Kate was being a bitch. She was pregnant. Maybe that's why she was being a bitch, because she was pregnant. And she looked like she has an eating disorder. Maybe she was hungry, you know. But it said that Charlotte was throwing a fit about her dress being too big. And Kate didn't want to, because she sounds like she's too lazy to take her kid to go get the dress fit. She threw a fit about that and was freaking out about it. And if that was Lilibet acting like that for somebody in a royal family wedding, people would be talking about how the kid was a brat. If she was like crying because her dress was too big, and everybody would be like, "Oh, what a spoiled brat," saying all kind of shit. But no, because it's Kate's child, you're gonna defend the child, and child can do nothing wrong. Kate can do nothing wrong. She's perfect. She has no fucking flaws. She never committed any crimes, any sins for her whole fucking life. Never did nothing wrong her whole life. She doesn't even take shits. Nope, her shit comes out like it's diamonds. She comes out when she shits. When she pees, it's fucking crystal. It's like moe. Champagne comes out when she pees, and she shits diamonds. She is a perfect woman. She doesn't need deodorant. She doesn't even, when she has a period, it's fucking rainbow colored blood that comes out. It's not even regular blood. And she doesn't have that. She doesn't need to take a bath. She smells good all the time. She's just amazing. She is just the most perfect. Get the fuck out of here with that shit. Diana first exposed the family. Everybody talking about the Kardashians now. Because Diana did this shit 30 fucking years ago. This is not new. They've been exposed, the family. So this is nothing new. She been exposed them. You guys were okay with her exposing them, but now you're mad because Harry's doing the same damn thing. When she exposed the family, it's the same fucking family that she exposed. Do you think they just changed? Did they magically just morph? When Diana exposed Charles, everybody was on Diana's side talking about what a dickhead Charles was. But now that Harry's exposing Charles for being a dickhead, everybody's like, oh no, it's bullshit. So he could treat his wife like shit. But he's gonna treat the kid amazingly. No, he's good there. Get the fuck out of here. Motherfucker, you people need a reality check. I'm still reading my notes, trying to go down. Some of this stuff I already read. It's just on here twice. I'm just going to keep going down my list. And oh, I had put a quote to that. One thing people always say that when there's all these quotes about when everybody is on following you, why you shouldn't follow that. People are wrong, but in this case, oh no, when the Jesus Christ, not to compare any of them to Jesus Christ, because Jesus Christ is Jesus Christ, he was holy. But when he was on the cross being crucified or about to be crucified, the crowd chose Barabbas. Just remember that. They chose the person that was, I think, a thief over the person, Jesus Christ, who had did nothing wrong. The only sin he committed was saying that he was God, which he was God. And so is everything. Omnipotent means everything. That's what that fucking means. I digress. So here's another quote. No one is more hated than he who speaks the truth. Isn't that the truth? Because this is just proof right here. All of this hate that's coming towards him. Here's some more quotes. Evil people hate the light because it reveals themselves to themselves. They will destroy the light, the goodness, the love in order to avoid the pain of self-awareness. Evil is laziness carried to its ultimate extraordinary extreme. That was by M. Scott Peck. You can go to idlehearts.com for that. So your haters are your confirmation you're doing something right, Harry and Meghan. So don't forget that. Most of the people of the world that tried to do something great had haters. I mean, a lot of them were assassinated or killed. Anytime you try to do something good, the world will hate you. Everyone that tried to do something good, think about it, they were fucking hated or killed or persecuted in some kind of way. And if you are a Christian, Harry and Meghan, or you believe in the Bible, it says, "Blessed are the persecuted, for theirs is the kingdom in heaven." So you might not be treated good on this world because this world is full of wickedness and evilness. This is Satan's world. And people are going to be on the side of evil no matter what and pretend that they're on the side of good and just have cognitive dissonance. Even though they'll have all the proof in their face of why somebody's evil, they're still going to pile up on another person. Like, oh no, this person is wrong. They don't want to admit that the royal family might be fucking racist. That some of you might be racist. You don't want to admit that. That you had a problem with a person of color being in the royal family. You felt like it was tainting your perfectly white family. You felt like, you were getting some chocolate chips in your pancake mix batter, and it just freaked you out. And you were all happy and stuff. Or you're just a bunch of followers and we were happy until the media told you to hate somebody, and then you started fucking doing it because the media told you to do it. If everyone likes you, you're doing something wrong. There's some truth to that. They exchanged the truth about God for a lie and worshipped and created things rather than the creator who is forever praised. Romans 1:25. Yeah. That's the idol worship, which a lot of you people in England do. You worship this royal family. And I don't know if you're Christians or you're religious, but the Bible says one of the Ten Commandments, do not put idols before me. This is your fucking idols. You worship these people and you literally bow down to them. Like the Hebrews back in the day, bowing to the damn golden calf. You're bowing to these damn people, literally, and giving them all the time and attention and love instead of loving and helping people that are in need. Like the Bible says you should do. If you're not a Christian, then just ignore that shit. You don't care. It's not for you. It's for the people that are believers. You're supposed to be feeding the poor, helping the sick, spreading the love, and being Christ-like. Is this Christ-like to hate somebody like this? Even it says love your enemies. So if this is one of your enemies, you're still supposed to love them no matter what. In fact, the greatest commandment is supposed to be love one another. Love one another. And this is not love. And everybody should be loved. William, Kate, Harry, Meghan, all of them. The homeless person on the street. The criminal on the cross. So I think this is all I have to say for now. More will come out as more details of this book come out. I will make another video, and if I left something out, which I'm sure I did, but I know this is gonna go on for a while because he has his book, and Meghan is supposed to have a book coming out too. I just hope for Meghan and Harry that they just take more accountability and their actions of what they done, and say that. Have humility. Express your wrong. Don't just go after people because it looks bad when you're just constantly going after when it's always someone else that's a problem, no matter who you are. Right? So you do have some things that you probably done wrong. Just admit it if you've done it. And I hope that after this he gets on and do something else better with his life, and use his power to help people. Try to help some of the veterans in the United States now that you're living over here and you're gonna be here, and do something for them and try to do something positive instead of just sitting around, putting your family on blast. Make that money and then give back. Help people. If you're gonna be in public service, do that. Be in public service. But it just, we'll see when the book just came out today, Spare. So I'm going to probably make another, and I think he has some more interviews that he's going to do. So I'll make another video when he does those other interviews. And I hope you enjoyed my silly little slideshow that I did. And, if you didn't, then oh well. I don't give a fuck. Don't watch my videos, because this is trying to get you something different. So thank you for watching my video. If you like this video, please like. If you don't like the video, dislike. If you want to share the video, share this video. And subscribe to my channel if you want to see more content. Talk about mainly just hot topics, what's going on in the news, the media, and entertainment, and all of that. So thank you. Thanks again for stopping by. And I will talk to you guys later.